How the CIA helped to overthrow Muammar Gaddafi's regime.
This is Khalifa Haftar, and he was born in this Libyan city. He served in the Libyan army under Muammar Gaddafi, and took part in the coup d'etat that brought Gaddafi to power in 1969. He then took part in the Yom Kippur War of 1973, and then later in 1987 he became a prisoner of war during the war against Chad, after being lured into a trap and captured, which was then a major embarrassment for Gaddafi, and represented a major blow to Gaddafi's ambitions in Chad. You see, it wasn't just him that was captured. The CIA actually captured a whole small platoon, and while being held prisoner, he and his fellow officers formed a group hoping to overthrow Gaddafi. He was then released around 1990 in a deal with the United States government, and he spent nearly 2 decades living in the US in Langley, Virginia, and gained US citizenship. You may be wondering what happened to the rest of the soldiers that was captured. Well, most of them stayed in Chad. That is until a new president was elected that fell out of favor with the CIA. And then the CIA promptly moved them to the US throughout different states. Then in 1993, while Khalifa Haftar was living in the US, he was convicted of crimes against the Great Socialist People's Libyan Arab and sentenced to death. But his fate would have something else in store for him. When the first Libyan civil war kicked off in 2011, the CIA promptly rounded up all the men that they had stashed throughout the US and flew them back to Libya to form the Libyan National Army. He returned to Libya at the onset of the Libyan crisis to support the anti-Gaddafi forces in the first Libyan civil war. And by November 17, 2011, Haftar was chosen as the overall commander of the new Libyan army due to his military experience and loyalty to the revolution that overthrew Gaddafi. There's various conspiracy theories as to why the CIA was so involved in Libya and why they wanted Muammar Gaddafi dead so bad. One of the more common conspiracy theories, and a lot of it's actually backed up from released emails from Hillary Clinton, is that they wanted to prevent the creation of an independent hard currency in Africa that would free the continent from the economic bondage under the dollar. The IMF and the French African franc shaking off the last heavy chains of colonial exploitation. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and thanks for watching, and remember, if it's more interesting, you can find it here.